The award-winning 101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. I am the legendary Home Blow, holding it down for today and tomorrow for the award-winning Tory Lowe. And I am pleased to be joined in the studio at this time by Lynda Welsh, who is the president and CEO of SHARP. Great afternoon. How are you doing and feeling?
Very good, and thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, we're talking about this. We've been talking about this, a novel event that is presented by Jim and Andrea Schlomer. And it's coming up on Tuesday, October 28th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center. For those who may be unfamiliar, tell us about SHARP literacy.
Absolutely. We're actually, our 30th anniversary is in 2026.
Okay.
So we've been around a long time.
Absolutely.
I've been there 14 years.
Okay.
But our mission is that we partner with educators to foster a love of learning and with our STEAM-based program. So it's very experiential and hands-on and project-based learning. This academic year, we'll be in 44 schools.
Wow.
In underserved neighborhoods. We'll serve about 7,500 students. So
Wow.
K-3 through 5th grade, and about 88% of them are economically disadvantaged.
Wow. And I mean, again, that takes some commitment, obviously. And this being the 24th year, talk about Donald Driver as the keynote speaker and his longstanding support of SHARP. What does that mean for SHARP, and how does it make the organization feel?
Oh my gosh. He was our keynote speaker my first year at SHARP, so 2013. And when I was looking like who would be a good, keynote speaker, and I'm a big sports fan, big Packer fan.
Right.
And then I did some research and I saw that Donald had written quickie books. Quickie Makes the Team, and so children's books.
Absolutely.
So I had contacted his agent, Brian, and I said, I would love to have Donald come in and talk to, our attendees. And he's like, this might be a good fit. So 13 years ago, he was our keynote speaker and was just unbelievable. And since then, he believes in our mission, and he believes in, helping underserved students. And yeah, he just does different things. We had him reading at one of our schools about a month ago, and it just means so much. It makes our students feel really, really special.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do the students react?
Yeah,
and it's like, we got a Super Bowl champion in here.
Yes, and they all know him, and but yeah, his smile and his encouragement, and he just goes above and beyond, and he's just an incredible person with, just his philanthropic initiatives. We're just thrilled to have him back again this year.
Absolutely. Partnerships are an important part of events such as this. So can you tell us about some of SHARP's partnerships that make this event possible, that is coming up on Tuesday, October 28th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center? How important are the partnerships?
Partnerships are everything. In that, when I started at SHARP, I knew that, we can't do it alone. We have to do it with partners. And, from our donors and funders to our schools that we serve, we have great partnerships with all of our schools. St. Augustine Prep, we have MATC and MSOE and UW Milwaukee and Marquette University. We have a reading program both with Marquette men's basketball, reading with the Golden Eagles, which is in its 10th year, and reading with the Panthers, UW Milwaukee. And it just makes our kids just feel really special, and they wouldn't have the experiences that we provide to them without SHARP. We have educational tour experiences at the Milwaukee Art Museum and Discovery World, and MSOE STEM Center, and WCTC. And then for Novel Event, we're close to being sold out, which is amazing. And it's all the corporations and foundations in Milwaukee that support us, and they believe in what we're doing and the impact that we make. So that's really important. Yeah, partnerships are everything. You know, to say we're better together.
Again, we're talking to Lynda Welsh, President and CEO of SHARP. With being there, you said 14 years you've been there. Have you heard from some of the children that came in or that were involved in the program when you started, and now they've, kind of graduated to the next level? And what does that mean to you when you get to check in on some of them, where they say, hey, I want to say thank you? How has that been for you?
Oh, it's amazing. I ran into one of our graduates, probably maybe a couple years ago, and he was working at a bank where I was picking up a check that they had given to SHARP, and he said, "Oh, I want to let you know, that I was a student of SHARP," and he said, it brought me so much confidence, and I can do this. And he said the hands-on and the experiential learning that we provide them, which is so critical thinking skills and perseverance and teamwork. So we really do kind of that pipeline where they build their confidence. We do coding and video game design, microbits. I mean, it just all these things that, I wish I had, SHARP and when I was going to elementary school. But the things that they're learning, and they get excited about learning, and they have a love of learning. When our educators go into the classrooms, which is amazing in itself. We're, I think, the only nonprofit in the elementary arena that allows during the school day for our educators to come in, and kids get so excited. It's SHARP Day. It's SHARP Day. Right. We do things, video game expo with MATC, and then we do a design and code and build, and they get to go to the FISERV, the winners, the top students from each of the. And here they are at FISERV, and we had DJ Shauna, and she's doing her, her DJing, and it just. They get up in front of, 200-300 people to present to them. Wow. Again, these are 9-year-olds, video game design's third graders. So they're 8th grade. And it's just, it just warms my heart, because we're leveling the playing field.
Absolutely.
We want our kids to have the same experiences and opportunities
as everybody. Everybody, because they deserve it. How do children get involved into the SHARP program? So I know that there are a lot of parents and guardians that are logged on and are tuned in to today's show. How do you say, hey, I want my child to be in that program? How does that happen?
We're a school-based program. So we're in, like I said, 44 schools. And it's classrooms. So unfortunately, there's not a opportunity for them. But hopefully that they're in one of the schools.
Those classes, absolutely.
Schools and classes where we provide it, our programming, and we have a really strong summer program. And talking about partnerships with the Brewers Community Foundation and Cecilia Gore.
I will say Cecilia, great afternoon.
And the Milwaukee Brewers. So they get to go to ball games. Some of them have never been to the ballpark.
And they get that experience.
They get that experience, and it just really lifts them up and encourages them.
What are some of the live auction items this year? Because there's an auction, and in order to make this thing work, what are some of the things that they can expect?
Sure. We have, right now, we're working on a few more, but we have Garth Brooks tickets with a room at the Iron Horse. Okay. And dinner and overnight stay. And then St. Kate's is donating some gift cards, so maybe a pre-drink and an after drink. And then you don't have to worry about driving. They'll be at the Iron Horse. We have tickets to the Donald Driver celebrity softball game that will be held in June, and that's kind of a meet and greet with Donald and Jordan Love. Wow. So, and then we have overnight stay for that. We are working with the Brewers on something kind of special. So we'll have 4 or 5 live auction items.
All right. Funds raised at a novel event support the delivery of SHARP's STEAM-based program to elementary students in urban schools across Milwaukee, Racine, and Waukesha. Talk about some of the programs that are offered this year.
Yeah, well, like I said, K-3 through 5th grade, and the upper elementary is the one that's really awesome. Again, video game design. They work with students at MATC. They're kind of their mentors.
Wow.
And then our 4th grade program is really about coding and prototypes. And then 5th grade is about microbits and circuits and all of that great stuff. And our early elementary, K-3 through 2nd grade, is all about pollination and water, weather, water, and the environment. So what goes along with that is we have an educational tour experience with each of the grade levels.
Okay.
So it would make sense, obviously, with our 2nd graders to go to Discovery World. And again, it's these experiences that our kids would never have. So they get to go to Discovery World, where our educators and Discovery World's educators get together and they create just an awesome hands-on educational tour experience with our students. Okay. So what they're learning in the classroom is being reinforced outside the classroom.
Absolutely.
And the thing is we provide our programming at no cost to the schools. So it's amazing.
Can't lose with that.
Yeah, that's where the proceeds will give us the ability to continue to do that.
And now I noticed that you did mention a little bit earlier that it's still some tickets left. Are tickets still available for this event that is coming up on October 28th at the Baird Center?
There are still tickets available, and we have a few VIP tickets available as well. sharpliteracy.org, right on the homepage, click novel event, and we'll have all the updated live auction items, and you can register. So it's going to be an incredible day.
If listeners can't attend the event, how can they still support SHARP literacy?
Volunteers. We love to have, and our kids love to have volunteers in the classroom to help them out, or just be there just for another set of hands, especially when you're doing coding and signing in, or some of the integrated art projects that we do. They can go online and donate if they're not able to make it. You know, it's always great to get donations. And we have a wish list for supplies. We provide our students with so many awesome supplies, and it's always nice to have people donate the supplies.
Absolutely. Talking with Lynda Welsh, the president and CEO of SHARP. Of course, Tuesday, October 28th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center, a novel event presented by Jim and Andrea Schlomer. And if you want to try to get tickets, you can still visit sharpliteracy.org, sharpliteracy.org. Lynda Welsh, I want to thank you for coming in and taking time to speak with our Truth Nation here and letting them know why what you do and the SHARP program, SHARP STEAM program is so important to our children, who are our future.
Absolutely. And I would be... I want to thank Dr. Arvin and Amy Ahuja. They are the speaker sponsor and have done so much. They're our co-chairs. So in addition to Andrea and Jim, I'd like to thank the Ahujas as well.
Well, thank you very much for taking some time out. I know you're busy because that's going to be a wonderful event. And, you just probably got a busy day.
Yes,
but I thank you for taking time out to come and talk with us.